everybody, Massy here from Soul King Crew TCG. We're going to be bringing you another Smoker gameplay video here. I thought it was important to show everyone kind of what it's like playing the Black Mirror. It's definitely a matchup that can get pretty tricky. It's definitely a matchup where you're going to see those cannot be KO'd by effects cards being absolutely massive in determining who's going to be coming out on top here. So just wanted to start by saying thank you so much. We're about to hit 300 subs. We're pushing 200 away from our 500 sub goal, and we're just kind of looking towards the future. We just want to keep continuing to improve our videos and make them accessible for anybody that is interested in the One Piece card game. We want to make videos for people that are just getting started, and we want to make videos for people that are more competitive in the TCG scene. We just want to be able to spread the love and share our support for the community, and this is just one of the many ways that we feel like we can. So just showing you different matchups, showing you how we play them, and even just trying to be as active as we can in our comments section. We've gotten a lot of great feedback. We've had a lot of solid talks with a lot of our fans and subs in the comments, and to be honest, it's been great, and I've been so happy that we're able to help people and able to show people different ways that we're playing the decks and how we approach different games and methods and strategies. So keep firing away at the subs, keep liking the videos. If you're enjoying the content, we love the feedback, so please drop a comment letting us know what you're enjoying about the videos or how you play the deck, or maybe different plays that you would make. In our videos, we'll definitely stop and talk about misplays or things that maybe we could have done differently. But we do have a double game here, Smoker versus Smoker. And just real quick before we hop in, we got the mail today, boys. All right, he's here. We're ready. We're ready. We're trying to put together as much alt-art Smoker stuff as we can, but shout out to our boy. He made it. He made it home today. So, all right, let's dive right in. Alrighty, Smoker versus Smoker. Not 100%. So we do end up going first, and I usually feel a lot more comfortable going second with this deck. But we'll show you how we make it work here. All right, 3 Dawn. They do drop the Rosinante blocker on the first turn. We are going to swing 5 and leave that Dawn open, so we have enough to drop our Smoker that cannot be KO'd by effects. All right, they return with a 5 swing. We're going to take the hit. We get a Rosinante off the top of our life. We're counting their Dawn. They have the 4, and we're thinking, here comes the Porcelino. Let's see. So he ends up dropping the Kuzan, gets a draw. Right, Kuzan does have that on-play ability to draw a card, which is great. Keep that hand size up. We're going to toss the Dawn on the leader. Swing in there. We get the block off. And we're going to drop our Porcelino and pass. Alright, so now we have 2 cards that our opponent's going to kind of have a little bit of trouble getting rid of. Alright, their side thinking about what to do. They want to keep their Dawn open, so they're just going to swing 5 to the face. We're going to use our Rosinante 1k counter to combo out of the attack. They'll drop another Kuzan and pass it over. Alright, so now we're sitting at 7 Dawn. We want to try to get some cards out of the opponent's hand here. When you're playing up against the Black Mirror, if I have these cards that can't be KO'd by effects, I was thinking about trying a little different of approach here, and I'm not super worried about the Kuzans, unless he goes and makes them a higher number with his Dawn. The minus effect, I'm not too worried about. So we're going to put 2 Dawn. We're just going to start trying to get in there for some damage. We want to bait some cards out. If he has the impact wave, we want to try to get him to use it. But we'll put the 2 Dawn on. We'll get 2 swings in there. We'll hit him for 1 damage, and then we're going to drop our 5-drop Smoker, which, once again, cannot be KO'd by effects. So we're kind of just trying to go wide with these cards that can't be KO'd. Alright, we'll take the first hit from the Kuzan here. He's going to swing into our Smoker. We'll let it go. We just want to kind of keep our hand as high as possible. He's going to drop his own smoker that cannot be KO'd by card effects and pass it over, leaving the 3 Don up, so it really kind of makes us think that he does have the impact wave in hand. Alright, counting Don, we do have the 9. 3 life to 3 life here. And we're thinking about how we're going to be able to make our 5-drop smoker a double strike here. So just to put 2 down on the leader, we swing with the leader first. We know that that impact wave isn't going to affect our cards on board, so it's fine swinging with the leader in that situation. We'll make the smoker a 0, and now we're just going to dump some Dawn. Alright, now being that the smoker is a 0 now, playing the Helmeppo down, making the smoker a 0, it's going to give our 5-drop smoker the ability when he has Dawn attached, right? He's going to get that double attack. So we're thinking about, we make him a 10k, and then we just throw another 2 on, make him a 12. We really want that 2 damage to get through, and now it's going to give us more of an option to try to aggro our opponent down. So something very important to recognize here, right? Borsalino cannot be KO'd by effects only on your opponent's turn. So he gets the impact wave off the life, and he's able to use the trigger to pop our Borsalino, which puts us in a little bit of a rough spot because we definitely wanted to use that Borsalino to keep our smoker alive. So let's keep it going here. So if you're playing in person and you are playing smoker, make sure if it's not your turn and you get an impact wave off the life, you can use that to pop a card that like Borsalino, because his effect is only on your opponent's turn. So he's gonna try to take down our smoker here. It's a lot of pressure for him, but we have a couple cards in hand, and we're just gonna try to get in there for some damage. Alright, the 8k to lead. We'll combo out as well. And he really wants this thing gone, so he's going to put the rest of the Dawn on his Kuzan, and we can't combo out of that, so we'll let it go. Alright, we see the Suru up the top, another 2k. Now our options here, he's tapped out, he has no Dawn. So my mindset was, let's swing for as big as we can 2 times and get as many cards out of his hand as possible. So that swing is going to get 3 cards out of his hand, our Helmeppo. We want to keep the combo in our hand, so we have 4k combo in hand, just so we make sure that we're making it back to our turn, because we're obviously not going to be able to finish the opponent here. Alright, he's going to take, and now our opponent's at 0 life, and we're passing back. Now, we have 2 options to pop on the follow-up if they were to drop a blocker, and we have 4k combo to protect our leader if they were to push for game. So he's going to swing in with 5. Now, this is an interesting swing, right? Something you probably want to combo out of, because if he hits there for 5, he's going to dump Dawn on the rest of his characters and try to push. So we'll take the second one because we know he doesn't have it now. And he's leaving this Dawn open here. So we'll combo out, keep ourselves relatively healthy. But now his board's pretty wide. And we're going to see if our aggro method here works out for us. Alright, dump the rest of our Dawn on our leader. 9k, does he have it? Gets to 9. And he's not going to have the rest of the combo there. A little bit of a risky method to play here, but you can see how powerful those cannot be KO'd by effects cards are. If you have a card like Sakazuki or Kobe in hand, sometimes it's worth just holding it if you know you're not going to be able to finish your opponent off, and you know it's a deck that's going to run blockers, because you might need it just to pop the blocker and get in for one last kind of big swing, right? So something to think about. We definitely probably could have played the first game a little bit different, a little safer, but we wanted to try out going a little more aggro on our opponent. So second game here, we're going to go first again. Sometimes I don't mind going first, right? And it's good to go both, just so you can learn how to play on both sides of the match. So we're gonna get a swing in on them. They're gonna hit us as well, so we're both down to 4. We'll play our 3-drop smoker, and they're gonna follow up with a Kuzan. So we'll swing in here for 5. We get a combo out of the hand. We'll swing in for another 5. Just keep pressuring. Okay, we get the hit, and we're gonna drop a Borsalino. And we're kind of going around for the same method here, right? Drop the cards that can't be KO'd by effects. Try to protect your attackers, and then push in for as much as you can. All right, so he attacks with the 5K. He doesn't have an extra attack, so we're going to just save it up. All right, with 7 Dawn, we're thinking about what to do here. Couple Kuzans in hand. Kuzan's a card where if it is in my hand, there's an option to get it down. It's probably worth getting it down, especially if you have multiples, right? Because you really just don't want those no combo cards clogging your hand up. And the fact that he replaces himself, you're going to draw into something else you could use. Okay, so we do kind of pressure down there. And now it's important to notice we attacked with our Borsalino as well. And that's because we were worried that if we do hit the impact wave off the life, he's kind of gone at that point. So we wanted to pressure as much as we could and make it so our opponent was kind of in a rough spot. So we have them down to 2 life already here. So we're safe on dropping the Sakazuki, getting rid of a Kuzan, popping their Kuzan. Now, as soon as you see Smoker quickly attach a Dawn and minus your Sakazuki by 1, guess what, friends? They're going to drop their own Sakazuki. So now it's just going to become the Sakazuki battle. Right? This is another way where you'll see the matchup get a little tricky. Alright, so we draw a Dawn, see our 10-drop Kuzan, but being at that 9 Dawn, right, we're not going to be able to use him just yet. So we're thinking about how to place our Dawn. Important with Smoker, right? If you have the impact wave, you're probably going to want to keep some Dawn open for it because it helps you set up as well. If I wasn't able to get through this blocker here and he was just going to keep it up, on the crackback, we can keep ourselves healthy and use it to pop something sometimes as well. You think about like versus Kinemon, if they don't swing with that Okiku first, and you impact wave, you just pop the Okiku, right? And it's just going to give you another form of removal. So sometimes you can play impact wave as a defensive or offensive card, which is kind of nice. All right, put the 2 Dawn on our leader. We're going to swing in for 7, and he is going to block. We'll drop the Kuzan here, and then we're going to drop another Smoker that can't be KO'd by effects. Now, we did end up tapping out here, but our opponent only has 2 swings. They're going to swing in for 6K. We're going to see a Sakazuki up the top. He's going to swing in for 7. Now, we're going to take that as well because we're really not sitting on much combo except for our impact wave. All right, they Sakazuki again and pop our Kuzan. And back to what we were saying with the Sakazuki battle, you're just going to ping pong each other's Sakazukis at this point. As soon as somebody drops one, it's going to be who can drop the last Sakazuki. So here you go again. 1 Dawn minus the Sakazuki puts him at the 5 sweet spot. We're sitting on 9 Dawn. Okay. Now before we drop the Sakazuki, let's try to get a couple cards out of our opponent's hand. So there's a 1K. We'll swing for 5 with the Smoker, right? We're just counting up our Dawn. We want to leave the 2 open for the impact wave. So we'll swing in here. He's going to impact wave himself. We'll Sakazuki, pitch one of our Kuzans, right? We're definitely not dropping both this game. All right, we see a Kuzan 4 drop from our opponent. They'll draw a card. And let's see what they do with their Dawn. So they're going to swing 9 into our Smoker. We're just going to get kind of spicy here. We'll combo out of it, which was an interesting play. I don't think we needed to combo out of that, but if we were able to save it, it just gave us another attack. So he leaves one. He's going to leave 2 Dawn open, so chance that he does have another impact wave in hand. We're going to swing 7. He's going to combo 2 cards. We're going to swing 5. This is what we probably should have done the previous game, is played it a little slower. Because now we're in a really, really solid position. Our opponent can't end us here. We have a blocker. We have another blocker in hand and a pop for something lower, right? And we have a 10-drop Kuzan on board, which just makes our Meteor Volcano in hand that much better. All right, we're going to take, see the 2K. They're going to drop a 3-drop Smoker, and now they're sitting on 1 card in hand. So we're thinking, how do we get in there like 100% for game? All right, so we swing at 7. They only have 1 card. They're not comboing out of that. Swing for a 10. We have the extra Dawn. We could have kept that at 9 and got in for a game. And then we're going to be able to swing 14 with Kuzan for game as well. So great matchup. If you're playing against Smoker and it's the mirror match, these cards that can't be KO'd by effect are going to be absolutely huge. If you are the first one to drop a Sakazuki, just make sure that you have another one to follow up to pop their Sakazuki that they're going to use to pop yours. So, couple things to think about. I think it's important to play the mirror, practice the mirror. This is a mirror match you're going to be playing. And if you like the video, make sure you're dropping a like. Leave us a comment letting us know how you've been playing Smoker, if you've been enjoying the deck, and what other OPO decks have you been practicing? What other decks have been working for you at locals? And maybe how were your box pulls? If you were able to open a couple boxes or open a case, did you pull what you wanted? Did you see some fire pulls, something spicy? Let us know. We've been enjoying making the content, having an absolute blast, loving seeing the channel grow. And just remember, drop a sub on the channel if you're watching the video, and we'll definitely be bringing you more OP-02 content, a lot more going into the future here. So thank you so much. Massy from Soul King Crew TCG. We'll catch you in the next one. Like always, everyone, thanks a bunch for stopping by and checking out the content here at Soul King Crew TCG. We'll catch you in the next video. Thanks a lot.